Hey guys, and welcome to this week's edition of K Double's Tape, where I take a look at WWE SummerSlam. SummerSlam took place this past Sunday in, I believe, Brooklyn, New York. It's an event that I look forward to every year. This year was a 4-hour event. Let's start with the pre-show. I'm going to rattle through these matches. Your winners of the 12-man tag match were American Alpha, the Hype Brothers, Usos, beating Breezango, the Ascension, and the Vaudevillains. Sami Zayn and Neville defeated the Dudley Boys. This is all pre-show, and Sheamus defeated Cesaro in the first of their best of 7 match. This match was originally supposed to be on the main card, but was eventually moved to the pre-show. Now, the show opened with the Jericho tag team taking on Enzo and Cass. Now, this was a match that I personally, as well as Cole, as well as, not my daughter. My daughter happened to believe that Y2 or Jericho, or whatever they call themselves, was going to win this match, and that they did. They won by pinfall. It was a pretty good match. I gave the overall match an A. It was a great way to open SummerSlam. It definitely got the crowd hot. The next match was your women's title match. The match in which Sasha Banks actually gets hurt is a match that I gave overall an A+. Was a candidate for match of the week, but it was not my match of the week. It was a great overall performance by both girls. It just was bad, so sad that Sasha got hurt and that she had to give up the title to Charlotte. So now, unfortunately, we have Charlotte as your women's champion again. Next up was Miz taking on Apollo Crews, a match that myself and my daughter thought that Apollo Crews was going to win, and Cole thought that The Miz was going to win, and Cole turned out to be right, as The Miz remains your Intercontinental Champion. It was, once again, great match. Overall, I gave it an A. And believe that Apollo Crews really put himself on the map during this match. It was definitely a great match. Next up was the infamous one-on-one match with no interference, finally. AJ Styles taking on John Cena. This was another match of the night candidate. I gave it an A+ as well. One of the criteria to being in match of the night candidate is it being an A+, but it wasn't my match of the night. The AJ Styles actually won clean. And it impressed me. They had a match where there was a whole lot of holy shit chants, and there were a lot of people that enjoyed the match on both sides. Next up was the Tag Team Championship match between New Day and Gallows and Anderson, or the Club. Once again, this was a weird match because Jon Stewart came out and he was backing New Day, and then Jon Stewart kind of helped New Day retain the titles when Gallows and Anderson finally got the advantage. Big E got to return before to stop Gallows and Anderson from ramming Jon Stewart's old testicles into a post and giving him ring postitis, as they call it. But because of Big E's interference, Gallows and Anderson get the win, but they do not win the titles. So New Day remains your tag team champions for what is now 335 days, a full year, or 365 days, a full year. Something I haven't seen in a long time, considering that it's the first time in the history with those tag titles. Yeah, good match. Next up was your WWE WWE World Championship match between Dolph Ziggler and Dean Ambrose. Both of these guys gave it their all plus some. Once again, another match of the night candidate, but not my match of the night. I gave this match an A plus. It impressed me in every way, had me glued to my television. I actually thought Dolph was going to win a couple of times, but knew in my heart that it just wasn't going to happen, and it didn't. I picked Ambrose to win this match. Ambrose won this match. Next up, an ironic spot on the card in the 10th slot, right before the main two matches before the main event, was your Six Divas tag match for SmackDown between Natalya, Alexa Bliss, and a returning Nikki Bella, as well as who defeated Becky Lynch, Naomi, and Carmella. I thought this match was going to go to Becky Lynch, Naomi, and Carmella primarily because they were the good gals in this scenario, and normally the good gals win these type of matches. But my mind was changed once I saw the return of Nikki Bella. That they're going to give her the win. Now this next match I gave an A plus as well, and it was my match of the night. And that was Finn Balor or the Demon King taking on Seth Rollins for the WWE Universal Championship. It was everything that I could ask for and more. It was a pinfall and submission only match they announced when they got to SummerSlam. Balor gave it his all. I'll say he gave too much in defeating Seth Rollins to become the first Universal Champion. And I was very proud of the Demon King. Still get chills for that intro. But at the end of the day, he ended up injured and had to relinquish the title, but he still was the first. Let's see. Lastly was Brock Lesnar taking on Randy Orton, a match that I thought was going to be a good match and was a decent match. It wasn't my match of the night, but it was a good match that I gave an A, primarily because the ending of the match kind of ruined the match for me, being that Brock Lesnar just basically ended up opening up Randy Orton and making him bleed all over the mat and just leaving him there, and Brock Lesnar won by a TKO. So it was kind of a subpar ending to what was a good pay-per-view that I gave an overall, I believe, A plus. I'll say A. So that's Double K's review of SummerSlam. Be sure to check me next week. See what I'm talking about then. Peace.